Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a round I got the other day in the newly buffed Engage Zero Yonfavin. I think I mentioned in a couple of recent videos, yeah, they just buffed this after nerfing it about a year ago, I want to say. And yeah, it feels pretty good. I always liked the thing. And yeah, mostly the level 2 is what got improvements because the level 1 was dropping off as well, but the level 2 was, you know, doing significantly worse. So it got more equip slots, it got more adjustments to its weapons, etc., etc. But yeah, Yonfavin can use all three of its funnel types at one time. It can, okay, so those are called Remora funnels specifically. Interesting. I feel like if that's what they're called, they should be able to cling to the enemy too. But yeah, yeah, it has follow, rush, and bombard funnels. So it will you can either, well, you can't, not either. You can, like I said, you can do all of them at once. You can send them out to attack. You can have them launch a Garrowbee. You can have them just hover around you and fire whenever you pull the trigger, even while you're boosting. Yonfavin only gets a flap booster when it is at low health in Psycho Field mode. I don't remember what the health threshold is. I think it's probably around 50%, might be lower. But yeah, man, I don't know if they up the fire rate on the follow funnels or if that is a function of the Psycho Field, but either way, yeah, those are pretty good. Managed to use its two rifles to take that person out, and now I'm going to try to do something to this one, though. Yeah, at 3,900 health, that depends. Oh yeah, it's an RF camphor too, which luckily I stunned it. Yonfavin does have the sweeping downswing that the GPO3 was the first thing to get, but is on quite a few things that make good use of it now. And yeah, like I said, when it is in this mode, it does get flap booster, so not the worst thing. I'm just going to sit down here a second and try and get some repairs because, yeah, I mean, having flap booster is nice, but it's also not, it's not the be-all, end-all, especially when you have like 5,000 hit points. But yeah, I think probably one of the reasons this has dropped off is because, well, as you can see from that, whatever that is, having flap booster at 600 and 650 not as big a thing as it used to be. So, oh, and I am so dead. Yep. Okay. Well, we're still in the lead, but only basically by one and a half suits. So we'll see how long that lasts. Yeah. Yeah. I like I said, I always like this thing. I'm happy it's gotten touched up again. I didn't feel like the nerfs at the time were that severe, but obviously, like I said, they have not aged well. So, but yeah, in case you didn't hear, tomorrow is the Gundam update, of course. And for the new year, for the first update of the year, we are getting the Crossbone Gundam X1 full cloth. We're also getting a banner with 4 levels of the R44 gun tank. And I'm going to have to cough in the middle of this video and have to cut that out. That's a shame. Hopefully I remember to do that. Anyway, yeah. And yeah, that's this week. Next week, we're getting the Victory Gundam. And the following week, I believe, we're getting the Shako. That is such a weird translation. It's spelled Shokew, which you'd think would be like Shaku or something like that. But in Japanese, it's just spelled Shako. I have no idea what the deal is there. Translation is weird enough without Gundam just doing whatever, which it frequently does. Like, I have no idea how you get Banaji to become Banagher either. Like, it just does not make any sense to me. Until I saw the name written in English, I tended to call him Barnage. So what do you want? But yeah, so we are apparently going straight into Victory Gundam. The Victory Gundam is going to be a 600 cost. So I think that's fair because it is, it's a basic unit. It has, it has a beam shield. It has a rifle. I think they've put some missile pods on the legs, which it probably used in an episode. I have not actually watched Victory yet. I have half of it on Blu-ray. Man, I wish Crunchyroll would put all this stuff back in print or pass the license to someone who would. But yeah, there's the GF tank, I believe it is. Yeah, which is another one in the mold of the Loto and the R44 gun tank we're getting this coming week. It's going to be another one like the Dozel Zaku and the narrative Gundam like that. It's going to go, all 4 levels of it are going to go into the gacha, and also there will be a step-up banner if you want to just have it. Yeah, I timed that right, so that camper took 6,300 damage from my downswing, which is pretty great. I don't think I even built it particularly for melee, but I'm really happy I got that shot off before I got shot. With 1 hit point, your options are pretty limited, so. But yeah, looks like they're, pushing pretty well to start the game off this year, so. And man, I kind of see why Victory is a 600. Again, it's got fairly basic capabilities, especially since I'm sure the, modular transformation will not be represented in game since it never has for anything else before. But just also the fact that there are so many variants and power-ups for the thing that, yeah, if you started at any higher level for the basic Victory, you would hit the ceiling pretty quick. So, yeah, I get it. Going to be interesting. And but yeah, this week another 7-step banner for X1 full cloth. Got the RF camphor. That's good. And there is an RF Dom that needs stabbed and has been. Yeah. Yeah. That is our BioLink custom. I did not realize that for a second, but luckily did not react fast enough to do anything to it. And yeah, I think this was the point of the round possibly where I remembered that you only have flap booster when you're in Psycho Field mode, because yeah, I wanted to fly up here and attack that suit that we took out, and I couldn't because I had too much health. So, but now I can lock some funnels on and get some damage in before the round ends. I think that's about the most I can really hope for at this point, because yeah, I don't think approaching that whole team is possibly a good plan. I'm gonna do it anyway because even if I get beat up, which was kind of looking likely, I can't lose us the round either. Dom managed to tackle at the last moment and keep its iframes through the end of the timer, so it will live. And yeah, that is the round, and it went fairly well, I think. I did not make the board. Our RF Gilgug did great, but I did get first overall with 5 and 3 and some amount of damage that went by too fast for me to see. Anyway, that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. Okay, so at level 1, it got 2,000 more hit points. It went from 18k to 20k. I believe hit points were like one of the big things that they nerfed when they first did so about a year ago. So, yeah, got some of its hit points back. It got an extra slot in each of its 3 locations for the level 2 only, which, like I said, was what I was using. So close range slots went from 17 to 18, mid range from 20 to 21, and long range from 11 to 12. It got pursuit ranged auxiliary program, so anytime I hit anything that was stunned or down, I got extra damage. It got composite high mobility combat system, which I forget what that does. So I think it involves like improved boost and things like that. Don't remember off the top of my skull. Psycho Field was increased from level 1 to level 2 on the level 2 unit. The main beam rifle's reload was shortened at both levels from 15 seconds to 12. The Bawu beam rifle's heat rate was reduced for charged shots. And yeah, the heat rate on the pursuit funnels The follow funnels that I think that's the follows. Pursue, I think is follow. Focused fire is rush. Either way, 20% heat rate now instead of 25. They gained 100 damage at level 2, went from 500 to 600. The focused fire version, which again I think is the rush funnels, I'm not 100% sure because they don't just use the same terms in both places, which is weird. Build stun was increased and power went up 50 points at level 2, going from 275 per shot to 325. Lastly, the discharge, which, yeah, that's the bombard funnels. That one at least is obvious. They shaved 4 seconds off the overheat for those at both levels. It went from 20 seconds to 16. And damage per tick went up from 525 to 650 for the level 2. At level 2, where the average win rate for general types at 650 is 49.8%, it was down to 44.6. Rival win rate is pretty solid at 50.2% for your generals. It was at 37.5. Damage was 75k on average. 90 is the average for generals at 650. And MS losses were up 3.5 versus 3.3. Level 1, similar story, but not quite as severe. It was only about 3% off of the general type win rate. Rival win rate was much closer, 49.6 the general average. It was at 45.9. 79,000 damage dealt, whereas the average across generals is 84,199. So yeah, much closer. And yeah, MS loss is spot on at that cost at 3.3. So yeah, these should be good adjustments, especially for the level 1, and hopefully they have done enough to the level 2 to keep it rolling.